What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Get him. I liked it.
I loved it.
I liked it a lot.
I loved it a lot.
Yeah, man.
I'm so happy. I'm glad we got to see the Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last few years have been rough.
Definitely Spider-Man. I'm glad that Sony gave up a little bit of its rights to Marvel and let Marvel come in and take care of their boy.
Yeah.
And did a good job with that.
Hey, Fox. Learn something.
You barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was awesome.
Yeah, man. I really liked the comedy in it, the action in it.
It was very
Villain
fun.
really good. Michael Keaton did a great job as Vulture. You get a little bit of some kind of flashes of the villains that might be coming out. You know,
Definitely.
his love interest in the movie did a fairly well job. You know, it was serviceable.
It wasn't like one of those. A lot of the problems that I had with the previous two Spider-Man films was too love heavy, you know, an actual relationship. Whereas this wasn't exactly that. It was more along the lines like, I really like this girl, and that's what's going on throughout the whole movie. Like, I like this girl. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, we're together, we have to deal with these things. This is who I am.
Yeah, he pretty much ditched her the entire movie.
The entire movie, and it was pretty hilarious actually.
The entire movie, he just like. Never mind.
Yeah, right.
I guess.
I really like you, but I got some shit to do.
Yeah.
And which is why I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, is that he puts a lot of shit on the back burner, like a lot of other, superheroes.
Yeah.
But to be a kid and do that, you know what I mean? It's tough. So.
Yeah. It's very interesting the differences in this Spider-Man compared to the other ones. I feel that they try to drastically be different from the Andrew Garfield and the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, which I thought was great. Like, I really enjoyed it. There's different things now, like his suit plays a really big part of it, which you got from Iron Man.
Oh.
And they kind of like, and one of our buddies brought it up, kind of, it kind of takes away from the Spidey sense kind of thing from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not a huge tech heavy guy when it comes to superheroes. Obviously, you've heard us fight over who we like more, but yeah, it I will say that it was a little too much for me. I mean, it was perfect in Civil War.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it should definitely go back to that when it comes to the second movie.
Yeah.
And I know that they're, like, in the comics and in, like, the recent Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, he has a suit from Iron Man, and he's kind of like, it kind of does too much and doesn't allow me to be me. You know what I mean? So hopefully they can, go down that path in the next movie.
Yeah. And I really think I liked what they did with Tony Stark, like, kind of taking away his suit, because he kind of got dependent on the suit and told him, like, without the suit, what are you? And it got to that point where, a building falls on him. Vulture got him trapped in a building, and he becomes the Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man in the other movies, he never really had that, like, moment where it's like, without, well, I guess because he didn't have, like, the same kind of suit.
Yeah.
But, like, he just with all of his strength just pushed that fucking thing out, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's ironic that Tony Stark would say, like, take the suit away if you're nothing without it, because it's like a playback to the argument that him and Cap first had in the first Avengers, where it was just like, take off the suit.
That's why he said it sound like my dad. And that's what Cap is like his dad.
Yeah, exactly. So it was very interesting. I thought Tony Stark was great. I mean, it's Tony Stark. It's Robert Downey Jr. He's very charismatic. I like the relationship between Happy Hogan and Peter Parker. That was pretty funny.
So Am I misremembering what happened with Happy? Didn't he die?
No. He in Iron Man 3, terrible film, by the way.
Horrible.
The thing exploded and he was in the hospital for a while.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, but yeah, so the relationship between him and like him constantly calling Happy and Happy just like not wanting to deal with it at all, it's pretty hilarious. Especially when you see like the long list of texts that he sent Happy.
Yeah,
and there's no reply at all.
I mean, as you can imagine, like a freaking high school kid.
Yeah, it just keeps bugging you and bugging you.
Yo,
yeah,
give me something to do, please.
Yeah, I love this film. I think it's in my opinion, it's the best Spider-Man film. Mainly because I think we have the perfect Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I think,
and I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah.
I think we could put this one as the best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I really like 2 because I like Doc Ock. I really like that villain.
Doc Ock was a great villain.
But this, as an overall, like all the characters and stuff, I think this is a better Spider-Man.
Yeah,
sure.
there wasn't like the thing I didn't like with like Spider-Man 2 and then with Spider-Man 3, which was a catastrophe, is the whole relationship thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I feel like
I think that's why I think I'm gonna like this rendition.
Yeah, because
the love interests aren't the big. They're a driving point, but they're not the driving point.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And also, in this, you don't have like the Uncle Ben plot line throughout this whole movie. Like it was very, very Peter Parker.
Yeah, it was very refreshing to see that they wouldn't go down the path of even trying to do a flashback. You know what I mean?
Dude, they did nothing.
They didn't
go back to the spider bite. They didn't go back to explain any of that.
Yeah.
Which, hey, we don't need it.
We don't need it. We know how it's been done. You know what I mean? It's like seeing
Batman do the damn
die again. You know what I mean? We already know. We don't need to see the pearls fall.
No.
Just
stop it.
He's established. Period.
It's Batman.
Yeah.
You don't know Batman? Go read the book.
Yeah, exactly. I love the Aunt May aspect. I know a lot of people were like upset that she was too young.
But it's different. It's different now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
and then you have I mean, what's more relevant this day and age than a middle-aged woman going through this stuff instead of an elderly woman?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and a lot of the reason, because I know in the cartoon, I think in the comics as well, they changed her age to make more sense on how she's not noticing. Like, Aunt May is younger, so she's taking trips with her friends, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She'll be gone for weeks. Whereas Aunt May, if she's older, she's at home all day. How does she not realize? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like one of the things, like, like the whole Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man one, like, oh, let me wash your clothes. No, I got it.
Yeah.
Every time you wash, it's red and blue.
Yeah, come on.
Like,
really? Yeah, so...
Aunt May would have been mad in that room.
Yeah, exactly.
Searching around and
exactly. Do you want to get into some spoiler stuff?
Yeah, do the spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning. Yeah, so, one, I know a lot of people say that it's not confirmed, but it's confirmed in my heart. Donald Glover is playing Miles Morales' uncle. I don't care what nobody says, okay? And I'll take a step further. I think they want him to direct a Miles Morales Spider-Man movie.
But that's so far away, though.
It is.
It's so far away.
It is,
unless it is like a big time jump.
But not necessarily, because right now, like Donald Glover's character Aaron Davis is the perfect age to play his uncle. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like in the comics, his uncle was older and still in crime. It's like at a certain age, nigga, you can't still be doing crime. You know what I mean? Like,
but he's still doing crime though.
Yeah, but I'm saying is,
I think what's gonna happen with the uncle for now, I think he's gonna be kind of like the whole informant kind of thing. Like Spider-Man, like comes up to him and like, hey, I know you know about this. All right, yeah, whatever. It's over at this pier here.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be kind of like his
I
informant.
think in the second movie, we won't necessarily see Miles Morales, but I think as like an Easter egg for maybe the third film. Anyone who knows Miles Morales' backstory, his uncle robs like a science lab or some shit like that, and a radioactive spider gets into the bag, and when he brings it home, Miles is there. Spider comes, bites him. There's your story. So I think we could see something like a scene like that maybe in the second one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, my sweetheart Zendaya, love you, baby.
Zendaya.
I say it how I want to say it.
Hey, it's your girl.
Because her last name is going to be changed. MJ. She's MJ.
Okay.
Big whoop. I think everybody saw it coming. Yeah.
I liked her character before she said she was MJ.
You had a problem with it?
Not a problem. It's just like, all right. It's
think
like it's just adding this shit that okay. I liked her character, who she was and who she could have been.
What do you mean?
I don't think like.
What do you mean by could have been?
Like, I don't know, just her as I just don't see it. I just don't see it as her as MJ. But I don't think again they're going through a different. They're doing a different kind of story. So, fuck it, why not?
I think
MJ.
I think it's a different take on MJ. I think instead of Peter Parker just gushing over her, I think it's going to be the opposite, where she has something for Peter Parker and he's kind of looking at other girls and shit like that. Probably friend zones her, you know what I mean? Or she could just be like Blossom in the next film and be like, the actress model type. But judging by her character,
I don't think so.
I don't think she's down for all that, because that line about the Washington Memorial and the slaves,
slaves, yeah.
That shit was funny as fuck. It was fucking and it's fucking true. But I didn't hate it. I knew it was coming, so I didn't have a problem with it. I went into it knowing that she was MJ, just because
I didn't really care.
Can't get nothing past the old Hodge. Yeah. But something that did get past me though, Vulture being Liz's father was a nice surprise.
Dude, that was a good little thing, because like when he came to the door, for some reason, for some inkling, I was like, oh no, Vulture's gonna be behind the door.
Yeah.
And when he was, I was like, oh yeah, he's got the family captures and stuff. But then it was literally like that second. You take a second, you kind of blink and like, oh, that's the fucking dad.
I will say, so when he opened the door, I was like, oh shit, it's his father. Like, I didn't think like, oh, he had the kid.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's her dad. Because you saw the mom earlier, you didn't see the dad, and you never saw his family. And then not only that, in the trailer you see him in the car talking to Peter. You know what I mean, about killing her. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, oh shit, that's definitely what this is. I know that sounds like a lot.
That's why trailers are bullshit.
Yeah, stop watching those. All right, guys.
Except for Black Panther.
Yeah, that shit was.
I can't help it.
I
can't help it. It's Black Panther.
Yeah. I love the what you call him, where he's videotaping.
Dude, that was hilarious.
Scene. He was like, look, Black Widow, Captain America, Iron Man.
Oh, he's calling me.
Who's the other guy?
Oh, he's big now.
Yeah,
so,
gotta go. Yeah, but yeah, it had a lot of heart.
It was a great Spider. It was one of the closest comic book Spider-Mans we've ever gotten on the screen. Because he was a wise ass. He was a show off.
Yeah.
But in the end, he always has a good heart. But he's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah. Any negatives for you with this film?
The only big negative for me, kind of thinking about it, is that the whole Spider Sense thing is getting taken away by the suit.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting what they're going to do and what they can't do with the movie. Like, what do you do with like the whole Daily Bugle thing?
Right.
What do you do about him being a photographer? If he's a photographer, but he's going with the Avengers, why would you need to be a photographer?
Right.
What do you do about Oscorp and Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn, and stuff like that? Like, you know, there's a lot of things that can go about this. You know, like it could be Norman Osborn is the one that bails all those guys out of jail and starts the Sinister Six.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
So you also get the Scorpion.
The Scorpion at the end.
At the end, we think it's Scorpion. He had a Scorpion tattoo and kind of he was there in the ferry. He was one of the henchmen at the ferry that got stopped by Spider-Man. Yeah. So
I will say for me, I love the action, but I like to see Spider-Man fight with his hands a lot.
Yeah.
Like I like to see him go toe to toe with people. It's part of the reason why I love the first Spider-Man and the second one was so entertaining. Was that even though it didn't make sense that he was punching Doc Ock in the face and he was just taking Spider-Man's punches like they were nothing. Yeah. But I would love to see more of that. The suit, like looking back on it, it's just like, damn, man. Like, and what's weird is that in Civil War, you know, when Ant-Man but when Ant-Man was on the shield, you know, like that made me think like, oh, that was part of his spider sense, because he was like, hey, what's that sound like? You know what I mean? And it was him clanking on the shield. Yeah. So I don't know, like, but I enjoyed it a lot. It is interesting to see where they'll go. I never liked the fact when too many people know who Spider-Man is. I understand the friend aspect. I thought he was going to die. I was waiting for him to die.
Not yet.
Yeah, I was
like the Marvel movies aren't set up like that. They're not set up to like where the friend has to die for.
Right.
I don't think that's ever happened in a Marvel movie, has it? Or like.
Well, I mean, technically, Bucky died in Captain America. You know, I don't know, but I don't like when a lot of people know, especially with Aunt May knowing at the end.
That's the interesting one.
Because how do they deal with that together? You know what I mean? Like, obviously she has a problem with him being like unresponsive to the calls.
But at the same time, do you think she'll change her mind knowing that Peter is not like a weakling? He actually has these powers.
I mean, yes and no, because I mean, yes, he's
I
strong.
understand that's your kid, I understand that's your kid and everything.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's not the same. Well,
I think it'd be different if they weren't in the world where like other superpower people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not the only one.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? Like shit has been going down.
Right. So I don't. Yeah, I think she'll have a problem with it. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with that.
Because I mean, he has the powers. It's not like
no. He's strong as hell.
It's not the suit.
He's fast. You know? Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. Yeah. But other than that, like I loved it. I definitely want to see it again.
I want to see fucking kill mode, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see that kill mode. That
instant kill mode is like, oh shit, nigga, what?
He got the red eyes.
He's like, wait, no, don't kill mode, no kill mode.
Do that shit. Do that.
Yeah. But I would love to see Sinister Six. You know, it's cool to see Shocker in there. You know what I mean? Hopefully we get like an actual Shocker.
Cleon from Dead President.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember. Reverend Cleon, crazy motherfucker.
Bokeem Woodbine or something. Yeah, something like that. Hopefully we get to see like an actual suit, man. I would love to see an actual suit maybe in the next, let him go toe to toe with Shocker. He was punching the fuck out of people.
Dude, when he punched him through the bus, that was legit.
Yeah. So, but yeah, guys, let us know what you think if you've made it all the way through the spoiler part.
What do we have next?
What do we have next?
Apes. Oh yeah, the monkeys.
They're taking over. Damn dirty apes. But yeah, we'll get more content to you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Deuces.
Hadouken!